Hey everyone, this is David with Founders Real Estate Group, and I want to talk to you about my experience during my first open house and give you 4 tips that may help you be successful during your open house. All right, let's get into it. So when I just got my license, I was excited, I was thrilled, and I was ready to go. Brokerage told me the best way to get people in front of you is to do open houses. Okay, and that's across the board through all brokerages. They inform their agents, make sure you're doing open houses. Every weekend do open houses. That way you can build your database, you get to see people, you get to meet people, and you're building your database. So I was excited, ready to go. I'm pumped. So I'm like, let's go. So I got this database, this MLS. So let's go look and see which house that I am going to perform this open house in, right? So I pick a busy street that's well known in Dallas, and I chose a house that's on that street. I text the agent that Monday and I said, hey, I'm gonna do your open house. He said, sure. So I go get my open house signs, I print out the MLS sheet, and I'm ready to go. So I signed up for Saturday from 12 to 3, Sunday from 1 to 4. So I go to the house on Saturday. Time to show up. I get there, and there's construction on the side of the street. They are expanding the street. So it was a little difficult for me to get to the house. But that wasn't the worst part. When I got inside the home, okay, this is during the winter time, and it is cold. Okay, I get in the house, the heat doesn't work. Okay, not only that, when I go to the back of the house, there's a window that is busted in the bathroom that's letting all the cold air in. So I'm looking around and I'm like, I must have missed something about this house. So what I did was I went to the MLS, I went on my phone, and I saw, how many days has this house been on the market? Guys, this house been on the market for 200 some days. And I picked the wrong house to do an open house in. So I stayed there for about an hour inside the home, and I said, okay, it's gotten too cold, my fingers are pruning up, it's freezing in here. So I go to my truck, I turn my truck on, and I just sit there for the remaining of the time. And what was the bad part is I had to go back again the next day. So for those 2 days, I sat in my truck, turned on with the heat on, and there's no one showed up. No one showed up at my open house. It was, I was disappointed for sure. But it was an easy mistake that it was a mistake that I could have easily addressed. But I was so overzealous and excited, I didn't pay attention to it. So hopefully I can help you out. And not make that mistake. So the tip number 1 I want to give you is do check the days on the market. People want to see something that's new on the market. They want to see, okay, what just got out there, and they're ready to go see it. Okay, so days on market is very important. It can be a week, 2 weeks. Cool, get out there and do those open houses because they work. Okay, just fresh on the market. The next thing you want to do is pay attention to how many homes have been sold in the subdivision. Okay, if there are homes that have been sold recently and there's multiple, you've got a good candidate there to do your open houses. Okay, and then also make sure you door knock. If you have one of those homes, get that homes and show up about an hour, 2 hours early. Start door knocking around the subdivision. Let them know, hey, I have an open house here. That's going to bring the neighbors out, okay? You want to make sure you do that. The next tip I want you to have is make sure it's easily accessible, okay? Make sure you're not out there having to twist and turn, putting out 7 to 10 different open house signs. I mean, if you do, it's up to you, but just make sure it's easily accessible for you to get there. The point is to bring people to you and make it easy, okay? And the last tip is making sure your open house signs are accepted by the city. I can't tell you how many open house signs have been snatched and taken up because I wasn't aware of the city ordinance. So make sure you're aware that the city will allow you to place certain open house signs in the area for you to be successful at your open house. Okay, so this is David. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I didn't that day, in those 2 days, but anyway, take care.